of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. Dobbins hit and he fumbles.
And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. And maybe that's the perils of being a rookie running back in the NFL. I mean, look, it's not easy to hold on to the ball at any level with these talented guys. But in this league, you can learn a lesson early.
Without a doubt, and what a tough reminder for any running back, especially a rookie. The things you got away with in college probably won't work so well in the NFL.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the
20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 20.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Chiefs' 10-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. Steps away, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson getting the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Brought down at the 20.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. 30, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Complete to number
Tyreek
10.
Hill, 77 yards, and the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Harrison Butker.
Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light day. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A very solid gain of 27. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 41.
Now Jackson on 2nd down, eluding the pressure right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anthony Hitchens.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but from both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Hartman on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Out of bounds.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Marcus Peters.
Damian Williams was dinged up a little bit in 2019, and Kansas City brought in LaShawn McCoy to supplement him. But when healthy, Damian Williams is a terrific back. Excellent speed, low center of gravity to make people miss. And how about the longest run in the league in 2019? 91 yards against the Vikings in Week 9. Many thought he was going to get caught, but he used the scoreboard in the stadium to make sure that no one was behind him as he carried it all the way to the end zone.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll hand it off now. Williams. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 30-yard line.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down.
Chiefs.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a second down coming up. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Down.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Butker's kick here is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Thanks to Frank Clark, that play was doomed from the start. What a job defensively. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The throw there finding its way to Boyle. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Complete to Nick.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Hill on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
A gain of 12.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Flushed out right. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards, the final tally. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
At the 7-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now here's Mahomes. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get free last time. Free here, not the worst thing in the world. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now this one complete to Robert Foster. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
To Robert Foster. It's a game.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. They set up the screen for Dobbins. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of him.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
On first down, Williams. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a toss left side. It's Williams. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Butker on for the field goal. A 35-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
6-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll run on first down. Williams. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx it?
Maybe jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Hartman on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Complete.
Mecole Hardman, 76 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
He'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
Ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Gain of 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's 6. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trick. Decoration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Mahomes now on 1st down. Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
41-yard line.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to the...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
sliding out of the pocket. He's going deep for Brown. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I guarantee you, it's not very good.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
First and goal.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They go play fake. Mahomes rolling to his right. And that is caught by Watkins for a Chief touchdown.
Touchdown, Kansas
Sammy
City.
Watkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
For a Baltimore Raven. The Ravens take over first and
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. We're in Baltimore. 3rd quarter action. 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Andrews. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. That's complete right around the 8. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now...
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to...
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Ravens 19.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Mecole Hardman. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He may try and run for this. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. On 1st down, it's Williams. Williams loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On play action, it's Mahomes. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 23.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Pass incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
An 8-yard gain.
4th down, here's Jackson. And
they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. They've been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
A gain of
that, his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. They'll run on first down. It's Williams. The tackle made by L.J. Ford.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Chiefs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll roll him out right. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll run it with Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. He'll run it. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jackson now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get 11 yards back on the scramble as it brings up 2nd down.
At the 45-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
27.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Williams. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. The busy night continues for Williams.
Damian Williams on the carry.
And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt.
Ravens.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Chiefs, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the